So today we are finding area of composite figures. What we do is we break the shapes up into smaller shapes so we can find the area of. So the first thing we need to do is remember our area formulas. Oops. So first one I want to give you is the circle. This one is a times pi r squared. Then I have a square, which is a equals s squared, where my side is a side length, or s is a side length. A rectangle is length times width. And then the triangle is 1/2 base times height. So if I look at number 1, I can break it up into two pieces. I can break it up into this semicircle, which is half a circle, and a rectangle. If I know that these two side pieces are 4 and the total distance across the bottom is 18, I can do 18 minus 8 to figure out that distance across the circle. Which will give me a diameter of 10. And when I go to find my area, I'm going to use the radius, which is half of that, so 5. So I want to break this up into two pieces. I have a semicircle, which is going to be 1/2 of a normal circle, and then I use the circle area formula. So pi times my radius here, which is 5 squared. Which gives me, going around to 2 decimal places, 39.27. Then I need to find the area of this rectangle on the bottom, which is just going to be length times width, so 6 times 18. Which gets us 108. So then to find my total area, I add the 2. Which will give us 147.27. And then area will always be squared. So it's yards squared. Okay, when I'm given a shaded figure, I want to subtract the unshaded region from the shaded region. First thing I want to find is my area of my square. That is going to be 16 squared. This gets me 256. Then I want to find the area of the circle, which is going to be pi times 8 squared. Which gets us 201.6. No, 0.06, sorry. So because the shaded region is inside the circle, or inside the square outside the circle, I want to subtract from the square. So I'm going to do 256 minus the 201.06. Which gets us 54.94, and this one was inches. Okay, so this next one is a circle inside a triangle, so I'm going to find the area of my triangle first. So I'm going to do 1/2. My base here is 29, and my height here is 29. So 1/2, 29 times 29. Which gives me 420.5. Then I want to find the area of that circle. So I'm going to do pi times 9 squared. Which is going to give us 254 point, that one's going to round 47. Okay, so since the circle is inside the shaded triangle, I want to subtract the circle from the triangle. So I'm going to do 420.5 minus the 254.47. Gets us 166.03. And this one is going to be feet squared. Okay, so number 4, I could close this off and make a rectangle. Because the radius on that circle is 4, this height is double that, so it's going to be 8. So my first step is to find the area of the rectangle, which is just going to be 8 times 11, or 88. Then this is a semicircle. So when I go to find the area of it, I have to take 1/2 because it's half a circle. And then my area is going to be pi times my radius, which is 4. Which gets me 25.13. So I want to subtract the semicircle from the rectangle. Which gets us 62.87. And this one is centimeters. So centimeters squared. Okay. So this last one, I'm going to break it up into 3 different shapes. I'm going to have this triangle and 2 rectangles. So I'm going to highlight this one yellow and then the other one pink so I can tell the difference between my rectangles. I need to find the height of my yellow rectangle. So if this is 6 and this whole length is 10, that makes this 4 because that has to add up to 10. So that means that this other side of the rectangle is also 4. I'll need that for the triangle. And then to find this piece right here for the triangle, I know that the total length is 15, and I have this piece of the yellow rectangle that's 7, and this piece of the pink rectangle that's 5. So I want to subtract both of those from 15 to figure out the missing distance there, which we'll get as 3. I'm going to start off finding my area of the triangle. That's 1/2 base times height. So 1/2, 3 times 4. Gets us 6 for our triangle. My yellow rectangle is going to be 4 by 7. Which will turn into 28. And then my pink rectangle is 5 by 10. Which gets us 50. And because all of this is one giant figure, I want to add these numbers together. So I'm going to add 6 plus 28 plus 50. Which gets us 84 inches squared.